لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
While Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal, he was traveling, he stopped by a town, and after the prayers he decided he wanted to stay for the night in that masjid, within the masjid yard, because he didn't know anyone within the town. And to his humility, out of his humbleness, he hadn't introduced himself to anyone, thinking that if he did, he would be welcomed by many people will come around and surround him. So he decided to keep that fact to himself, and therefore he wasn't recognized as Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal rahimahullah. So failing to recognize Ahmed bin Hanbal, when he decided to stay the night within the masjid, within the mosque, the caretaker of that mosque refused to let him stay within the mosque. And as Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal rahimahullah, he was quite old, the caretaker ended up having to drag him out of the mosque. And on seeing this, there was a baker who was witnessing this. The baker from a nearby place, he felt pity for this man, yani Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal. Obviously during that time the baker didn't know, and so he went up to him and he offered him to be the host to him for the night. Yani he offered him a place within his house to stay for the night and spend the night. So during that night, Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal, he observed, he was witnessing that this baker would constantly engage himself in istighfar. He would constantly recite istighfar, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina azaban nar, astaghfirullah al-azim alladhi la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilayh. And he was constantly doing this throughout the whole night. So after some time, Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal decided to ask the baker if the constant practice of saying istighfar, seeking Allah's forgiveness, had any effect or impact on him within his life. So the baker, he responded and he said, Wallahi, every single dua that I've made to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because I constantly seek istighfar, has been answered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except one dua. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answered every single dua except one. So Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal, he asked him rahimahullah, what is that dua? What is that one dua that Allah hasn't answered? The baker, he replied and he said that I have been asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for so long to provide me with the privilege to meet the famous scholar Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal. On hearing this, Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal rahimahullah said that Allah had not only answered your dua, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had dragged me onto your doorsteps. I am Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal rahimahullah.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.